Ladies, gentlemen, and degenerates of the betting world, welcome back to AI Sports Predictor, the only place where artificial intelligence meets cold hard sports analytics, delivered with the kind of flair you'd expect from a high-stakes poker game in the back of a smoky bar. And tonight, we got ourselves a heavyweight clash on the hardwood, Notre Dame versus Duke in women's college basketball. February 17th. Now, pay attention, because what I'm about to tell you might just be the difference between a winning ticket and an I should have known better facepalm. 17 straight. That's how many games Notre Dame has been steamrolling through. They don't just win, they crush. Their last victim, Pittsburgh, an 88-57 beatdown that left the Panthers wondering if they even got off the bus. Leading the charge, Olivia Miles. The girl didn't just play, she orchestrated. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, like a maestro conducting a symphony of destruction. Not far behind, Sonia Citron dropping 22 points, snagging 10 rebounds, and throwing in a couple of steals just for fun. On the flip side, we got Duke. Now, they might not be flexing a 17-game streak, but they're walking in with a little swag of their own, 3 straight dubs. The latest being a 72-47, sit down and shut up, kind of victory over Wake Forest. Toby Fournier led with 17 points, hitting shots at 63.64% like she had a cheat code, while Oluchi Okanama tossed in 15 points and swiped 2 steals. Making life miserable for the Demon Deacons. Let's talk numbers, because numbers never lie, unless, of course, you're a bookie. Notre Dame, outscoring teams by an obscene 26.7 points per game. That's not basketball, that's an execution. Sitting third in the nation at 87.6 points per game while keeping opponents to a respectable 60.9. And here's the kicker, Hannah Hidalgo. 25.2 points per game, second in the country. That ain't just good, that's elite. Duke, solid, outscoring their opponents by 18 per game. Averaging 76.4 a night, giving up 58.4. Fournier leads with 13.5 points per game, not exactly Hidalgo numbers, but steady. It's the classic tale. One team comes in throwing haymakers, the other has a solid guard-up defense. Vegas is saying Notre Dame minus 8.5. That's a big number in a conference showdown. The question is, does the streak stay alive? Or does Duke play spoiler? And today's AI pick is Duke plus 8.5. But not by enough to cover. The Fighting Irish might march on, but Duke makes sweat. Olivia Miles keeps dishing. Hidalgo keeps scoring, but the Blue Devils keep it tight enough to cash that underdog ticket. You riding or fading? That's your call. Just remember, numbers don't lie, but regret sure does sting. Till next time, keep it sharp, keep it smart. And always beat the books. iSports Predictor, signing off. On to Game 2.
Tonight, we've got a Big Ten showdown that's got all the makings of a thriller. Maryland versus Michigan, February 17th. So, listen close, because the books are laying a sneaky number on this one. Michigan? They're walking into Xfinity Center with a little pep in their step, 4 straight wins. Last time out, they edged out Indiana 70-67, led by Jordan Hobbs, who put up 24 points and snagged 7 boards like she had glue on her hands. Maryland? Not as pretty. They're coming off a tough 91-71 loss to Nebraska, a game that had them looking like they were skating on quicksand. Still, Cheyenne Sellers did her part, 23 points, 4 assists, trying to keep that ship from sinking. Ali Kubek added 9. But it wasn't enough to keep the Cornhuskers from running them out of the gym. Now, let's break it down. Maryland? Outscoring opponents by 12.6 per game, posting 79.6 a night, 20th in the nation. But here's the kicker, they're also giving up 67 per contest. That's 245th in the country. That's what we call a little defensive, come on in, the door's wide open situation. Michigan? Not far off, 78.7 points per game, 23rd in the country, but they tighten up a little more on D, allowing 63.6 per night. That gives them a scoring margin of plus 115.1, which, let's be honest, deserves a little respect. Now to the heavy hitters. Maryland leans on Kayleen Smykel, their top scorer with 17.8 a night, ranking 58th in the country. Meanwhile, Michigan rides with Olivia Olson, dropping 16.0 per game, sitting at 126th nationally. Vegas is saying Maryland, 3.5. That means if they win, they gotta do it by 4 or more to cover. And today's AI pick is Michigan plus 3.5. Maryland might get the W, but Michigan keeps it close. The Wolverines are scrappy. They've got momentum, and they're not going down easy. You backing the underdog, or you rolling with the home squad? That's your call. Just remember, numbers don't lie, but bad bets sure do burn. On to Game 3.
You're tuned in for Game 3, and tonight, we've got a Big Ten battle brewing. Rutgers vs. Northwestern. February 17th, primetime, straight out of Jersey Mike's Arena. So let's get to it. Rutgers comes in at 10-15, fresh off a tough 55-43 loss to Iowa. Not the prettiest showing, but JoJo Lacey did what she could: 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist, trying to hold things together. Meanwhile, Northwestern. They're 8-15 and licking their wounds after a 7-5-60 loss to Purdue. Taylor Williams led the Wildcats with 17 points, but it wasn't enough to stop the Boilermakers from running away with it. Now, let's get into the numbers. Rutgers. Outscoring opponents. Not quite. They're at a 2.9 scoring differential, putting up 6 to 7.9 a game, while giving up 70.8. That's not great. But here's the silver lining: they score more at home. 70.1 points per game in their own gym compared to 6 to 3.3 on the road. Something about home cooking right. Northwestern. They're in a similar boat, just with a little more water pouring in. A 6.7 scoring differential, 6 to 7.3 points per game while surrendering 7 to 4, and on the road. They're only putting up 6 to 4.8. That's not going to cut it in a close contest. Key players. For Rutgers, it's Keomi McMiller leading the charge, 18.7 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Destiny Adams is right behind her with 17.5 points and nearly 10 rebounds per contest. For Northwestern, Kaylee Walsh is their top scorer at 11.5 per game, and Taylor Williams brings in 11.2 while grabbing 9.6 rebounds. So what's Vegas saying? But looking at the numbers, Rutgers at home, their slight edge in scoring, and Northwestern's road struggles. The Scarlet Knights should have the upper hand in this one. And today's AI pick is Rutgers 4.5. Northwestern's road losing streak extends, Rutgers gets the job done at home, and the books pay out accordingly. Quick recap: Game 1, Duke 8.5 keeps it tight. Game 2, Michigan 3.5 fights to the wire. And Game 3, Rutgers 4.5 locks it down at home. 3 games, 3 calls, and 1 AI that's always hunting for the edge. You like what we're doing? Smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit subscribe, because at AI Sports Predictor, we don't just watch the game, we beat it. See you next time. On to Game 4.